Okay guys, so I've had a lot of requests just to show you easy ways to catch carp, and to be honest, I can show you everything in the world, but you have to master one rig, and that is the hair rig. So I'm going to show you how to do this. You're going to need a hook, obviously, and some braid. I'm using bright red line here. I would never use this, but it's going to make it easier for you guys to see. So what we do is we take our braid, probably go about 10 inches here, make a loop, and just do a simple overhand knot, like so. So we have a loop on the end of the line. Okay, now what you want to do is just trim off that little tag end so it's nice and flush. And we're actually going to put our bait onto this. Next, take the other end of your line and take one hook, voila, and insert the other end through the back of the eye. This is really important, back of the eye. And this stuff is kind of big and it hardly fits through the eye. So there you go, and I pull it all the way through until you come to your loop, like so. Now when you put your bait on, your bait is going to go on here, and I'll show you how to do that in a few. But you want the last piece of bait or whatever you're using just below the curve of the hook. So you kind of just want to measure it out here. That's about right for what I want. And what we do now is start whipping down the shank of the hook. Now I'm going to do this 6 to 8 times, like so. Now take the other end again, and as before you're going to go back through the eye. And you're going to pull the whole lot tight. Now you can Google this. It's the hair rig. It's really simple. And that there, my friends, is the standard hair rig for carp fishing. Now, probably wondering, how do I get the bait onto the hair? Use a baiting needle, and if you haven't got one of these, you can raid your wife's knitting basket, see what she's got, or get a large hook, straighten the hook out, and you take your bait. I'm using a boilie in this case, but it's the same for every bait. Corn, sweet corn, you just load the corn onto the needle like so. Take the loop in your hair rig. Now you see why the hook comes into effect. Move, slide the bait off of the needle onto the hair rig, like so. So you're probably thinking that's going to fall off, but there's nothing stopping it, and you'll be right. So we need a stop. I got lots of them here, but you could use a piece of twig, piece of grass in some cases, toothpick, you know, whatever. That basically just goes in between into the loop, and you pull your bait up against it, so it's not going to come off the end. Yeah. And that, my friends, is a simple and effective hair rig. The hair is actually kind of longer than I would normally use. I could probably actually put a piece of fake corn on that hair as well, because ideally you want the bait just below the shank of the hook. So I hope it helps some of you guys. Like I said, you can Google the hair rig, and there's like lots of videos and tutorials on how to tie this. It's relatively simple, but it's the most effective rig to catching carp.